like to be able to open up the stadium like that?
Well, it was. I think it was everything we thought of. When this thing started coming to fruition, at least certainly for me, it was about raising the energy level of Alabama baseball, and I think a new stadium is a big part of that. And as we've said, many times in the last month, I think there were so many people that were involved in that, and still will be moving forward. But when you look up in third, fourth, fifth inning, and you see the place packed out, you see the students out in right field, you feel the energy. I mean, that's what it's all about. And I think that's the stadium's a big part of that. And I think what the stadium does is it brings interest from the fan base. I mean, they're going to be able to come out, enjoy ball games, and you have all the amenities there for you. But in turn, by them being here and having that energy, it affects your players, and it motivates them as well. And I thought you saw that tonight. The crowd was a big part. I thought of the energy that we gave out on the field.
Chandler, what was it like your first at bat, college at bat, second pitch you see, driving over right field wall, beer splashing, all that kind of good stuff?
I got asked that question probably 5 innings after it happened, and I told whoever asked. I think it was Bram who asked me how'd that feel. I still can't explain it, to be honest. It was breathtaking for sure.
I mean, perfect night at the plate. I mean, you reached base every time. I mean, what were you just feeling out there this first night, or what was different?
Coming in, Coach had told us, if you prepare to succeed, you're going to be put in opportunities to succeed, and I believe wholeheartedly in that. I believe that the way I worked in the off season and stuff like that, and being a part of this group to be able to open the stadium with 6,000+ people here, it was that all kind of fed into the energy, kind of the focus of the at bat. I knew that there was a chance that something big was going to happen, so I just took the mindset to get a good pitch to hit, put the barrel on it, and worked out in my favor.
Mitch, you probably thought about this night for a long time. Probably a lot of times never thought this night would come. Was it everything you thought it would be?
It was. I just wasn't anticipating a first rounder being on the mound when the season opened. But I think for all of us, and Aaron, that all the people that have been involved, you're one of them, to make this happen. And as you started seeing it come together, you had to kind of pinch yourself a little bit, through the process of it. And I honestly, tonight, I think I probably put more pressure on myself than any other night, just because you wanted it to be such a good night. And I'm just, really pleased that it worked out the way it did. And it's, it kind of, there's not a whole lot of words to describe it. It's just a good feeling, I think. I've been involved in this program now for 16 years, so I've seen the really good years, I've seen some lean years, and regardless, I think the future of the program now, where it's at, I think is going to take major steps forward with what you're seeing out there now.
Mitch, you talk about the future of the program, but you started a freshman, true freshman, right field, number 3 hole, and he comes through. I guess, were you just a genius to do that, or what?
No, he's good. I mean, he's earned the right to hit in the 3 hole, and he's been hitting doubles and homers since he got here. And the thing about Chandler, as he said, he's one of the hardest workers we have. This guy's here early every day. He's here late every day, and he's got a flat stroke, and it's powerful. He understands the strike zone. He's a very advanced young hitter. And he lives for the moment. I mean, he wants to be the guy in those spots. And, I really don't care if they're a freshman or senior or anywhere in between. I mean, it's the best players and the guys that earn the spots are going to be those guys that get those opportunities.
Coach, coming into this game, much of the talk was about Maryland's pitcher for a good reason. But just talk about your pitching tonight.
Yeah, I thought Jeffrey really gutted it out tonight. You know, he got in a couple rough spots there, but made big pitches to get out of it, and that's, you know, what he's been able to do. I think he would probably admit tonight, with all the, you know, just with everything that was going on, I mean, the nerves were there a little bit. He wasn't quite as sharp as typically he is, but I think that says a lot. On a Friday night pitcher, that's going to happen. And you've got to figure out a way to get through it, because the reason we were able to use the pen the way we did was his ability to get those last 2 innings in. Otherwise, we're going to have to pinch it, you know, probably with a different type arm. So I thought his last 2 innings were really big to get us there through the, you know, through the 5th inning there, so we could kind of work the 10 the way we wanted to.
Jeffrey, what was working for you?
The defense, not a whole lot, to be honest. Like Coach said, just go out and competing, because there are days when you're not going to have all your stuff, you're not going to be as sharp. And I hate to say it, but that was one of those days today. But our offense came through. Defense was unreal. Georgie's playing center was huge. I think that got the crowd going, which in turn got us going. But just the fact that you know, you go out and make pitches in big spots, you know, to get out of those tight jams was big for me today.
Jeffrey, I mean, you're one of the veteran players that was here at the old Joe. What was that like, kind of seeing the setting, seeing the fireworks, seeing the light show at the beginning of the game, where most lights don't flicker like that?
No, it's unreal, man. The stadium is awesome. The atmosphere is unlike it's ever been here, and really probably anywhere you're gonna find in the country. It's something that gives you a little extra incentive, a little extra motivation to get out there and do your best. But just like Coach said earlier, there's not words to explain it. It's the most amazing feeling you have.
Coach, tell me about the play where Will backed up first base and then got out the runner at second.
Yeah, he did his job, you know. I mean, his job is to be the backup in that situation, and he was in the right spot where he's supposed to be. And, you know, we all know he's got a great arm, and then he delivers a strike to second base. And that's kind of that energy we're talking about. I mean, rather than being lazy getting to first, I mean, he busted his tail to get there, and he's in the right spot. And that was a big play, you know, a real big play in the game. I thought there was a couple critical plays, as Jeff said. Georgie's play, I mean, that's a triple, and with nobody out. And then obviously that play there was really big. I thought Chandler Avent made some nice plays at shortstop as well. And I thought, you know, I think the one thing with this team, I think we will grow into a really good defensive team. I think early on with some youth out there, I think there's going to be a few mistakes, kind of some of those little ticky-tack errors that, you know, we made 1 or 2 tonight. But I think this team will grow into a good defending team as the season kind of gets down the road a little bit.
Your first bat of the game, I think you went 3-2 and kept fouling off a lot of pitches. Was that the game plan to kind of spoil and get his pitch count up?
Yeah, you know what? I thought that was a great at bat, and I thought it kind of set the stage for later. And you know, our plan, you can look at Sherman's numbers. I mean, he doesn't walk many guys. I mean, it's a 3-pitch mix, but we felt, particularly game 1, he was going to be heavy on the heater, and he was going to move it in and out. And our plan, you could see early, was to be ultra aggressive and really get after the fastball. And we felt like we would probably have to hit one out of the park tonight. And but it worked out. Gene's at bat, even though he struck out, it really kind of set the stage, I thought, to get our guys in the mode that you want to get into. And because he's good. I mean, that kid's really good. But you know, we felt like, and their bullpen's good, but we felt like when we got him out, he's their guy, you know. I mean, and anytime you have that situation and he leaves without the lead, it becomes, you know, the momentum shifts into your dugout. So I thought our hitters did a good job. I know he got his strikeouts and those things, but we didn't make it easy on him.
All right, 2 more for the guys.
Mitch, you mentioned the home run. Fences have moved in, but we had a 3-1 game. Do you have a feel on how you think the stadium's going to play?
I think it's going to play. You know, we had a little breeze blowing in tonight, and I think when it warms up, it's going to play a little small. And you know, when we put the dimensions in 2 years ago, that was before the new ball, and just the way everything worked out, you know, we couldn't move them back at that time. So we stayed with 320, 360, 390. And it may be something in the future we look at, but at the same time, hey, everybody likes the home run, you know. So, and I think your pitching will adjust to it. And and I think that's just, but, you know, just through the course of playing all fall and spring, have we hit more homers? Yes, but I don't think it's going to be what you would consider a, you know, bandbox. I mean, so you still got to get into it and get it out. So, but I like, you know, I like for our team where the home run's in play, and I like a ballpark where it's in play.
Well, in contrast to last year.
Well, you know, I've made this comment before. I mean, one thing, you know, hitters, and I'm not just talking about the game, but I'm talking about BP. When you can add homers in BP, it builds confidence in hitters. When you know you crush balls and they land in front of the warning track, it takes confidence away. And so that was, I think, one contrast you'll see from offense from last year where we were to this year too.
Chandler, on your RBI hit that scored A-Band, what did you see on that pitch?
You know, it was a leadoff double by Chandler. He did a great job seeing the ball up and getting the barrel on something. And, you know, I was just looking for a pitch on the inner half of the plate to be able to do my job and get him to third base with one out and, you know, let Cody do the 4 holes job and get those RBIs and pick them up. But, you know, I just was looking for a good pitch to hit, put a barrel on it, looking to hit something in the middle, right side of the field to get him over, but just worked out in my favor, put a good swing on it. Hard hit ball up the middle, and RBI later, the momentum's in our dugout, and, you know, we're feeling like we're taking this one home right there in the 6th inning.
All right, thanks, guys.